What's going on, everybody? It's Azriel, and today is the first episode of my character creator series, where I design characters and speculate on how they would play if they were added into games. We'll break down every aspect of characters from playstyle, kit, to even possible skins. Today, we'll be looking at Carnage, everyone's favorite psycho symbiote, mine included. How would Carnage fit into Marvel Rivals? How would his kit function, and what would his playstyle be? Carnage is a 275 HP, 4-star duelist with a brawler playstyle. Carnage's kit comes equipped for hunting all kinds of prey on the battlefield, from small raccoons to invisible Japanese people or even massive green monsters if need be. Everyone is fair game. Carnage excels in 1v1s and is an excellent choice for players seeking a fast and agile character who is capable of lasting quite a bit in team fights without help from his healers. So how does he accomplish this? Let's talk about his kit. Firstly, we'll talk about his passives, which are arguably the most important abilities Carnage has. Passive 1. Murder is masturbation. Okay. I know, crazy ass name, and obviously Marvel Rivals would never actually name it that, but since I'm not chained by the teen ratings the game has, then that is its name. Besides, it fits Carnage perfect anyway. As the title hopefully gave you some idea, Carnage heals 35% of all the damage he deals to opponents. This is Carnage's primary enablement tool, and with it you can survive in the enemy backline without the need to have your umbilical cord attached to Luna or Mantis, unlike somebody we all know. Passive 2. Wall Climber. Carnage can run, crawl, and jump off walls. Standard stuff, just like Spider-Man and Venom. Next, we'll talk about Carnage's way of dealing damage. Carnage's primary fire is his blade arm, which deals 55 damage per swing, making Carnage a melee character. This is 10 less damage than magic to balance out the fact that Carnage is a spider character and has 10 times the mobility she has. The swing speed for this primary fire, if you call it, is moderately fast. Not fast like Wolverine after his leap, but not slow like magic. Also, like magic, Carnage doesn't have a set combo like Wolverine, and his combo goes on forever with no space between hits. Now, onto his alternate fire. Carnage's alternate fire is called Needle Barrage, which has him shooting 4 needles for a total of 36 damage. With an ammo count of 6, this is not really a viable offensive option. It's pretty low on damage and you're not going to get much healing from it. Magic's Magic Slash deals more damage than this even without charging it up, so you're not gonna be outgunning a Punisher or a Hela. This is for helping to finish off low HP enemies and putting yourself in a more favorable position before using his ability 2, which I'll dive in later. Now we can finally get into his abilities. Ability 1, Web Swing. As the title suggests, it's a web swing. Carnage, like Venom and Spider-Man, can swing from a web every 11 seconds. This is the best get in and get out tool in the game, so I gave it a long cooldown because if it was any shorter, then Carnage's kit would just be absolutely insane. So you have to make sure you're confident about when to go in, because when you're in, that's it. You can't swing again for another 11 seconds. Your best chance of getting out will be to just run on walls and pray your opponents can't hit you. Now, ability 2, Tether Pull. Carnage shoots a tendril with a maximum range of 85 meters. For reference, from the moor to the vase here is about 85 meters. If it connects to the enemy, then Carnage pulls himself to the enemy and slices past them. Automatically, Carnage will turn around, allowing for immediate follow-up. But if you hold the input, Carnage will not turn around, allowing you to keep traveling in the direction if you so choose. This is Carnage's engagement tool and has several pros. Pro 1. The range is 85 meters, which gives Carnage a crazy long range of engagement. Pro 2. When Carnage pulls himself towards his target, he travels extremely quickly, which minimizes the damage he takes while engaging. The third pro is this ability leaves you point blank and behind the enemy. By the time your enemy has turned around, you're already swinging and healing. Pro 4. Shorter cooldown than Spider-Man's pull at 6 seconds, because unlike Penis Parker's ability that's auto-aim, Carnage has to actually aim, so it gets a lower cooldown. And the fifth pro is that it stumbles flyers, just like Spider-Man's uppercut. Now, this ability sounds overtuned as hell on paper, and while it's a fantastic engagement tool, it has some notable cons. One being, it leaves you point blank. And while that is good for Carnage, it's also good for other characters, like Punisher, Winter Soldier, Luna, and Mantis. Punisher will eat you up with his shotgun, Winter Soldier's gonna hit you with his... Sure you can! And Mantis and Luna just have to throw CC at their feet and you're getting stunned. The second con is that the inherent nature of this ability is unforgiving. It's fast, but it's a projectile, and unlike Spider-Man, it's one chance per cooldown. Since it's not auto-aim, it means that the average player may have a hard time landing this ability, which is why I gave Carnage a 4-star difficulty. Carnage can be played without really relying on this, but you'll be severely hindering yourself if you choose to do so. This is a really good ability, but I recommend hitting the practice range to really get this ability down, as it leaves Carnage's swing available as a get-out tool. Next is Ability 3. Ability 3. Frenzy. Carnage roars before turning both his hands into blades. During this ability, Carnage gets increased attack speed, movement speed, and a 20% greater heal from his attacks. Length 6 seconds, cooldown 12 seconds. Frenzy is a tool best used when Carnage is diving and gets put into a 2v1 or greater, or if you are trying to hunt bigger prey like tanks. Due to Frenzy's increased heal from Carnage's attacks and the faster attack speed, it allows Carnage to stay in the fight much longer than other duelists, and it allows him to take on even riskier engagements. Another benefit Frenzy gives you is that when Frenzy is activated, it gives more damage on his tether pull. However, beware that Frenzy has an activation time with the roar, just like Wolverine, so it's best activated before diving. Also, keep in mind, everybody on the map will be able to hear Carnage roar. Lastly, we'll talk about his best ability. Ultimate. Carnage's ultimate, called Let There Be Carnage, is simple. Upon button press, Carnage stops moving and says, "Let there be." While he's talking, tendrils come out of his back and both hands turn to blades. Once the player chooses the direction, Carnage dashes in a straight line, applying anti-heal to all enemies hit for 5 seconds while yelling, "Carnage!" Now, I know anti-heal is a controversial addition to the game. Some people hate anti-heal and some people love it. I understand both perspectives. It's super nice to be able to actually kill something through a triple support meta where healers are constantly popping ultimates like these motherfuckers, but I also understand that it's extremely frustrating to go up against because it gives a sense of being powerless, as healers can't do anything to try and save a person anti-healed, and tanks, primarily being the anti-heal targets, already are constantly shot at. So if you get hit with a 100% anti-heal, you're just fucking dead. Especially if you don't have a shield like Penny or Thor. But I believe I found the sweet spot between both worlds. Making it tied to an ult means Carnage is going to have to be strategic with it and can't be spammed like Ana's nade from Overwatch. And making it an 80% anti-heal means that healers can still do their job, but will require them to prioritize the most important people to keep up. Sorry, DPS mains.
Why are you crying?
The last part of Carnage's kit I want to talk about is his team-ups. Unfortunately, Carnage is an anchor and doesn't really get new abilities with his team-ups. But what he provides, I believe, is really good. First team-up, Venom, father and son. If Carnage is on the same team as Venom, then Venom gets access to hand blades, just like in his Space Knight skin, which increases Venom's damage. Second team-up, Spider-Man, shared bond. If Carnage and Spider-Man are on the same team, then Spider-Man gets a portion of the Carnage symbiote, allowing him to give control to the Carnage symbiote and dealing 20% more damage for a short time. Well, that's it for Carnage's kit. Now, let's take a look at some alternate skins that could be sold in the shop. Ah, motherfucker. Sometimes you gotta voice your revenge, or you're better off dead. You'll lose your fucking mind. Let's look at some potential shop skins. Carnage has several good options, and by no means are these all of them. Ultimate Carnage, Cosmic Carnage, Dark Carnage, Venom 2, Ultimate Spider-Man series, and Amazing Spider-Man 2 game. Well, that's it for me. This is my take on Carnage and Marvel Rivals. Thanks for watching, and join me next time as we'll tackle the one and only.
Think fast, dummy!